Right, hello. I'm going to show you how to use the Herbaria at Home website. Here's the specimen that I'm going to document. It's a nice specimen. An image of the specimen is already on the website. So the first thing to do is to get onto the website is to type into Google Herbaria at Home. And you click on your Google search and it comes up top of the list, Herbaria at Home. So you can click there. And here it says My Sheets and Edit Sheets. So I click on Edit Sheets. And an image of the herbarium specimen comes up on the screen. So in order for me to read the label, I can double click on the label here and it gets a bit closer. And if I still can't read the label, I click again. Now I can read that quite well. One of the problems we have is actually reading the Victorian handwriting. But this one says Inula caniza, which is the name of the plant, Sandhills, St Anne's, Lancs, which stands for Lancashire. So St Anne's is near Blackpool. That says Col F.C. King, that's the collector. And the date is August 1882, or Aug. And you can see there's a stamp here that says ex-herb Charles Bailey. So if you scroll down a little bit, you can see that you have to enter all that information into these fields below. You can see that the name of the plant, which is Inula caniza, is already typed in there. So you don't need to type in the name of the plant, and you don't need to identify the plant. All we want people to do really is type in who collected it, where they collected it, and when they collected it, because that will be very useful information. So you can see this field here, it says collected by. And so you click on there, and you can see it's collected by F.C. King. So if I just type in F.C., you can see that I start to get a drop-down list of collectors to choose from. And then if I type in King, my drop-down list only consists of F.C. King. So all you have to do is double-click on F.C. King, and he pops into the collected by field. You'll notice when you're in each field, you get a lot of information appears, and this is to help you organise what you're doing and what information to put in. I finished my collected by, so the next thing I'm going to go down to is collection date. And you can see here it says Aug 1882, and the way to enter that is to put 08/1882, so that's August 1882. And again you get this little bit of information here that helps you. Now the next field here, it says herbarium, and that means from the person's collection who it was. So even though this sheet here was collected by F.C. King, this stamp here tells us that it was in the plant collection of Charles Bailey. So ex-herb means from the herbarium. So Charles Bailey acquired this plant from F.C. King or from someone else. So where it says herbarium, we want to know whose herbarium was it part of? Because a person's herbarium, it wasn't just their own collection, it included many collectors' specimens. So if I just type in Charles, let's type it in correctly, you can see, Charles, Bailey, you can see that Charles Bailey appears top of the list there. So I double click there, and that's whose herbarium it is. And then again, there's lots of information there that gives you helpful hints as to how to interpret the labels. If I scroll down a bit further, you can see the next thing to do is the site. So here it says town, village. So what's the town? It's actually St Anne's. So if I type in St Anne's, again you see a drop-down list appears, and you have to pick your favourite St Anne's. Wow. Which mine hasn't come up with. St Anne's. Ah, there we are. For that one, to get the right one, I had to type in Saint in full. And you can see here, I've got St Anne's there. Here it says St Anne's, VC, West Lancashire. Now the VC is called the Vice County. For natural history recording purposes, the whole country is divided into counties, and these are called vice counties. And the boundaries of the counties don't conform to modern day boundaries. They conform to boundaries that were in existence in about 1860. So I'll just double click on that one, and you can see it goes St Anne's, West Lancashire. And then below here it says precise site or habitat information. So if you remember from our thing, it said sandhills in our label. So I'm just going to type in here where it says precise site, I'm just going to type sandhills. And again, there's lots of information there. There's a notes field here if there's anything else that's on the sheet that you want to enter. And then also, if you can't read the handwriting or you're not sure about the collector, there's a user comments field. So you can type in this user comments field, I can't read the handwriting, does anybody know who the collector is? And then click this tick box here. That goes to a forum, and people can then look at your query, and then you'll get an email back saying when somebody's answered your query. So even if you are getting a little bit stuck with the handwriting, don't worry about it. Just put it in the user comments and request feedback. So once you've done all that, then you simply click on send, and that's it. You get this nice little note that says, sheet saved successfully, thank you. You go, okay, and that's that done. And then it comes on to the next sheet. It will just keep giving you sheets endlessly. So if you want to stop documenting sheets, you can at any point. But if you're feeling very enthusiastic, you can do another one. So this sheet that's up now is, I'll just make that sheet a bit bigger. It's that one here, and I've got the actual sheet here, which is Jazioni montana, which is a beautiful blue plant, or a plant with blue flowers and green leaves. So again, it's the same thing. You can see that the name of the plant is already in. I can focus in on the label. It's quite a nice label, this one. That's a nice bit. I can read it there. It says, Jazioni montana, locality wasteland in the neighbourhood of Oakmere. The county is Cheshire, and it was collected on the 23rd of August, 1879, by Charles Bailey. So there's the name of the plant, so we just do that. Collected by, I'm just going to type in Charles Bailey. And then again, Charles Bailey appears on the drop-down list, so I'll double click on Charles Bailey. The collection date goes in there, which is 23rd of August, 23rd of the 8th, 879. The herbarium, whose herbarium is it from? Normally there's a stamp, and I can't actually see a stamp on this sheet. I can zoom out and zoom in with these controls at the top. If I zoom out, I still can't see a stamp. Right, because I can't see a stamp, I'm going to be quite careful, and I'm not going to fill in that field. If you find yourself sort of on the other side of the sheet here, there's a little window here, and you can sort of, if you click on the label there, you can get back to the label that way. So this little window here, sort of, you can orientate yourself around the sheet. Right, I shall scroll down, and then the town or the village here is Oakmere. So if I type that in, Oakmere, and we can see here, top of the drop-down list is Oakmere VC58, so that's Vice County 58, which is Cheshire. So I'll double click on there, and that's great. There's the notes field, and then I'll just send that, and that's completed, and so on and so forth. So if enough people document these sheets at home, it will release an enormous amount of information that will tell us what plants were growing where and when they were growing there. And if we compare where plants were growing 100, 150 years ago to where they're growing now, we can work out if there are any changes, why are there changes, have plants increased in distribution or have they decreased, and it'll be extremely useful. So go on, have a go, it's great. Hopefully it's quite straightforward. Thank you.